All right, boys, there's the in-season tournament for you, and I know LeBron won the MVP of the tournament, but I want to go right to Anthony Davis. I mean, off rip, it was apparent how the Lakers wanted to guard Halliburton pick and rolls, at least when Turner was involved, which is AD. You were going to be super high up on these screens. We were going to have LeBron help on Miles Turner, or at least it was that early on, and there was a good amount of success with that. And that just goes to show, like, how great AD can be defensively, that you can ask him to do that, and then other times you can have him be, helping or just have him at the rim. And I mean, how many times in this game did it feel like AD was just walling off whatever was going to go on at the rim, or it was like he got his hand on any offensive rebound or tip in or defensive rebound or anything, right? Now the Pacers, sure, they found some counters. They had Bruce Brown screen for Halliburton a little bit more. They had Halliburton involved in some like TJ McConnell handoff actions as well, and so Hallie was able to get downhill a little bit off of that. And I will just say the Pacers' general, whether it be like Neesmith having like one play where he gets by LeBron on the wing, or a couple times where within the Halliburton trap, like Neesmith was able to drive and draw some contact to get fouled, which there were a lot of foul calls in the first half, by the way. Or TJ McConnell through offensive rebounds, or Mathurin through challenging AD a couple of times. And I'm saying Hallie got downhill. Like, there were a few plays in that second half where Halliburton, it felt like he took on basically the entire Lakers defense. Like, he rejects a screen or whatever, and then he's just going straight line drive with AD coming to help and LeBron somewhere, and he pulled off like some kind of wild finishes. Like, the Pacers, the fight was definitely there for him. Eventually the Lakers, just physicality was way too much to deal with. But still, it was a good moment for Indiana this past week, right? Now, of course, this game does not count as a loss, so there's that for him as well. But yeah, back to AD, man. I mean, let's see, how many lobs did he have off of like a D-Lo or a LeBron action where Miles Turner was in drop? I remember one jumper over Miles Turner, one there, at least one, probably multiple times. It's tough to remember it all instantly, but like taking Miles Turner off the dribble. But I think my favorite AD moment on offense, at least, was that one. It was later in the game there where LeBron AD run a screen, and then you have Turner dropping back on it, and then you have Neesmith who was boxing AD out like crazy, and I'm pretty sure somebody else came over as well. And then AD, he's just fighting like hell to eventually get the offensive rebound. And yeah, we also did get to see a lot of LeBron Austin Reaves two-man game, which is, if not my favorite thing the Lakers do, then it's among the favorites, I guess. With the one sticking out the most for me was when LeBron was able to get the TJ McConnell switch, and then from there, I mean, TJ, he was fighting. I think he was trying to like front LeBron in the post a little bit, but I mean, it's just the size difference was just way too much. LeBron ends up scoring off of that. But yeah, LeBron and Reaves got into the two-man game a lot, and I remember one time specifically where they run just LeBron screen for Reaves. He's getting downhill, and Miles Turner was not planted right in front of the rim. He was more so like kind of playing off of Jackson Hayes, but not completely ignoring him on the wing. And he's telling Buddy Hield, hey, you got to slide over. And of course, this is just reacting to the results as opposed to the process. But yeah, Miles Turner standing in front of the rim on that particular play probably would have helped you out a little bit. But I mean, the Lakers, they were kind of going to do whatever they wanted in this one. Now, we should say the Pacers 10 for 41 from three. I couldn't tell you the amount of times off of putting two to Halliburton, the Pacers missed a three where you felt good about it, but it just wasn't going to drop. And I do think Halliburton, I mean, for what it's worth, for the feeling of Halliburton not being able to do like whatever he wanted out there, still 20 and 11 with, a good 8 for 14 from the field. But like I mentioned earlier, they had Bruce Brown screening for him a little bit more, him running actions with TJ McConnell. I think Halliburton tried to like reject a few more screens in order to throw something different at the Lakers. And yeah, I mean, it was a good time. And that one Miles Turner three late there, I'd have to look at it again, but I could have sworn Halliburton, like, either rejected the screen or crossed over, like, after using the screen initially. Like, he threw something slightly different at the Lakers for Turner to get the wide open three that he did make there. If you just look at the stats, this is a weird as hell game. I mean, the Lakers attempted 13 threes and the Pacers attempted 41, which typically speaking, you would think, oh, the team that took 41 threes just blew the other team out because of math. But, well, a lot of those threes didn't go in. So yeah, it was a good time overall. And I just did my whole, big picture about the in-season tournament in the last video, so I don't want to do it too much here. But overall, it was a pretty good time. I do think there's something to look at between neutral site for the semis and the finals as opposed to having home arenas. However, you don't want teams flying around too much on short notice in the regular season, especially because, well, they got to go back to the regular season real quick here. I mean, the Pacers play the Pistons on the 11th and the Lakers play the Mavs on the 12th. So we'll see with that. And I have seen some conversation around, is there a way to extra incentivize, the tournament? Should it count towards the standings in some sort of way? I've seen people suggest, well, automatic play-in bid. If you were already going to make the play-in, you automatically get the 7 seed or something. I've seen some people suggest if you finish top 6, you get automatic tiebreaker. against anybody, I guess. That one to me sounds like a bit much, but maybe I'm just trying to play it too safe. I don't know. But overall, it was a good event. And, some other conversations could be about potentially expanding it a little bit, whether it's more group games or something of the sort, maybe more like knockout games or whatever. So potentially some more tweaks to be made, but overall, it was a good event and yeah, good stuff.